Hey guys, it's Pete from Leisure Time here. Today we got another episode of What's Wrong with My Hot Tub. Today we are going to look at a 2016 Hot Springs Vanguard. We're going to look at the serial number can be located down here by the toe kick. It's also on the inside the cabinet, which I'll show you. The customer's stating that there's no power to the Topside controller. You can push the buttons and nothing happens. Can't turn on jets, can't turn on lights, can't adjust the temperature. But we do have power coming into the hot tub because you can see it circulating and kind of bubbling up out of the heater return right there. But nothing else is working. Customer did say how they had recently drained and refilled, and when they refilled it they had kind of forgotten about it and it overfilled. I don't know if that played a role or not, but anything's possible. So what we're gonna do is open up the panel, take a look inside, and we'll see what's going on. If we look on the circuit board here, you can see the LED lights up top. Try and zoom in here, and then that red light comes on, and I don't know if you can read that on the circuit board, but it says control error, meaning the top side is not communicating with the circuit board. So that's probably going to be our first step, is to try swapping out the top side controller and see what happens. Brought a new circuit board in case I need it. Customer complained about the motor massages not working also. Got some of those parts. Got the new Topside controller that we'll plug in and test out. And then I also brought new software for the Topside, or for the circuit board, and we'll update the software while we're at it. So first thing we'll want to do is turn off the power to the tub. Go over to the disconnect. You got your 20 and your 30 amp breakers. The one is for the heater, the other one is for the rest of the control system. I'm just going to take it out of the package, plug it in, turn it on and test it and see if that fixes our issue. Unplug the old Topside, plug in the new one. And we'll turn it on and see if it powers up, see what happens. Now, knowing which breaker to turn on is important, because we want to turn on the pumps first before we set power to the heater. So we're going to look at the tag on the heater and see that it is a 4 kilowatt heater, meaning that heater is running off of a 20 amp breaker and the pumps and everything are running off of the 30 amp breaker. So we'll go down here and take a look. The 20 amp breaker is the one on the right, 30 amp is the one on the left. So let's turn on the 31 first. Go back over to our Topside, see if it lights up or does anything. You can hear the spot, there we go. And we got some stuff on the Topside. Make sure, there we go. Let's check mounts, low speed, high speed. Check out our temperature, set to go to 104. Current temperature is at 77 degrees. Now let's take a look back on our circuit board again at our flashing LEDs. We got flashing green on power on, which is perfect, that's what we want. Over on the right hand side we have limit OK, which is great, that's what we want. Then we have a flashing red light on the heater on, meaning we don't have any power to the heater, which is normal because we haven't turned on the 20 amp breaker yet. So let's go ahead and switch on 20 amp breaker. Go back over here. Now I just heard the relay click. I'm gonna grab my amp clamp and we will put it on the heater just to make sure things are working, but our red LED has gone solid for the heater on, which is what we want to see. And let me grab the amp clamp and we'll put it on there and see. Now I'm going to put it on the heater wires And you can do either the black one or the white one, doesn't matter. And we're getting 16.5 amps, which for a 4 kilowatt heater, that's exactly what we want to see. It can be anywhere between 16 to 17 amps. If you have a 6 kilowatt heater, you're probably going to see something more like 22, 23 amp draw. So yeah, everything's looking good here. So we're going to go ahead and mount it up on the top side. I'm going to go ahead and shut the power back down because we will also update the software. Currently it has 1.10D and they have updated the software since then to a 1.14D. So I'll show you how to do that. I have already uploaded the software onto a thumb drive, and so we'll plug that into the board and swap out the top sides. Turn our power back off again, and for the top side you just simply have to pry up the sticky on the bottom here, and I'm gonna I just use my knife, but you can use like a putty knife, a flat blade screwdriver, anything for prying. Clean off the old silicone that's around there, and then we're going to get some new silicone and spread it on there and stick the new top side back in the hole. Okay, I'm also going to grab a rag, spray it down, and just clean the surface off before I put new silicone up there. Okay, I'm just going to use a glass cleaner to clean the surface off before we put new silicone up there. And you can use whatever you want, a 409 or Windex or whatever you want to clean the surface off. We just kind of want to remove some of the dirt and grime and oils before we put the new silicone on. Okay, new controller. Just want to drop the wire down. Fish it through back here. Flip it around. Take my silicone. I'm going to put a bead around the perimeter of the controller. Doesn't have to be a big bead, but I do like to put enough that when you put it down, you get a little squitch out, because it's easier to clean off the excess than to not have enough and make a good seal right there. Drop that down. Push it down all the way around. Now, like I said, it's okay to have some of the silicone squish around the edges, because you let that set up and then you can come back later when it's all hardened, take like a little knife and just trim off the excess. If you don't have that squish through, then you can't really make sure that you're having a good watertight seal, because if water comes over the edge here and gets around there, it can drip onto the circuit board, and we don't want that. So make sure we got a good seal going around there. Okay, now that the top sides are placed, we're gonna plug it back in again to the board. Make sure your connector is facing the right direction, because there is an orientation for that plug. Route the wires through the little groove on the side of the circuit board. And then we can take the excess, and you could either let it dangle, or we can grab the twist tie somewhere around here that came with the wire, with the controller. Collect all that extra wire again. Okay, now we don't have to update the software, but we might as well since we got it with us. I brought it specifically in case we needed to replace the circuit board. We need to update it from the factory settings, but everything seems to be working fine, but we might as well update it to the 1.14D software. So with that uploaded on your thumb drive, and you can't use anything bigger than about a 16 gig thumb drive. This one happens to be an 8, which is plenty for that too. We'll just plug it right into the circuit board. We're gonna go over and just turn on our pump system, the 30 amp breaker, not the heater. Now there's a light on the thumb drive. Not all of them have them, but it's convenient if it does. You can see that the circuit board is taking the software and uploading it. And once it completes, you can hear that click of the relay. The light on the thumb drive shuts off, and it's powered up. And it's doing what it's supposed to hear. Oh boy. Looks like I wasn't watching and I accidentally put it in upside down. I'm just gonna flip that around really quick. Okay, I flipped the controller back around so it's facing the right way. Now you can see on the controller it does say no heat or power, which again, that's because we have the breaker shut off. So we're gonna turn the breaker back off again. 30 amp. We're gonna pull our thumb drive back out of the circuit board, and then we can turn it back on again. And Hot Springs recommends doing that, not just pulling the thumb drive out, but take it out once the power has been shut off and then reboot it again.
Thank you for watching another video at Leisure Time Inc. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for future videos.